unsanitary conditions inside the car. Most of the cats
Everyone's number
only
one
have some
dream,
minor
Thomas the Tank Engine.
medical issues. Maybe he was taking care of the cats effectively
Takes you on a magical journey around the island of
to
Soho.
losing his house, but 47
It's an
cats.
enchanting world where life is
That's
never boring
insane.
and fun lies around.
Speaking of animals out of
All
control,
his railway
we
friends.
have
There's
some snake
cheerful
news.
personalities, agents, and a splendid red coat, a proud and strong horse.
Snakes everywhere!
And don't forget the superintendent, Sir Topham.
Well, this happened down in southwest Florida. A team of biologists called in the heaviest Burmese python ever captured in Florida. If you're not aware, I mean, people in Florida listening to WOKV are obviously aware. Pythons are a huge problem down in Florida. And I think it was because the story that I always heard was after one of the hurricanes. It was either Andrew or there was a big hurricane came in, and there was a storage facility that had snakes. And I don't know if it was like an immigration, or not an immigration, like a import, like customs building, or if it was just a warehouse of snakes that somebody had. And then the hurricane swept in and it took out this building and all of the snakes got loose. That's the story I've heard. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but it kind of makes sense that could be the case. So now there's just unbelievable amounts of pythons slithering through the state of Florida. But anyway, they brought in this, they reeled in this Burmese python. It's a female, 215 pounds, 18 feet long. That's the heaviest ever captured in Florida. And they say, and this is probably the most impressive and important aspect of this catch, is that it had 122 developing eggs. So that's basically like, that's 122 more pythons.
I'm Gordon.
Since the state's Conservancy Python program began in 2013, they say that they have removed over 1,000 pythons from approximately 100 square miles in southeast Florida. I can tell you, as someone who does not like snakes, and candidly afraid of snakes, I just couldn't jive with that, man. we don't have that kind of problem here in Ohio. I mean, in the southeastern part of Ohio, we do have some rattlesnakes, but we don't really have a problem like that here. You see snakes every once in a while out in the country, but not anything like that. I just can't imagine between the gators and the pythons. No way. No way. My dog would never leave the house. And I see pictures all the time of people, walking their dogs out there, but we've seen the stories just this last week. There was a story I saw where a gator just chomped down on a doggy like there was nothing to it. No thanks. No thanks. I don't know how people down there do that. It boggles my mind. 937-457-1290. Speaking of Florida, this happened. This is one of those things, because I'm going on vacation this next week. Now, I'm not going anywhere. It's a staycation. I've got stuff to do around the house. But I know that when I've gone out of town with my wife, or even back when I was a kid, specifically with my dad, when we'd go on vacation, he had a bit of an agenda, sort of an itinerary. And that's the way I was raised. I know some people, they go out of town and they don't really have an itinerary. They just go and they just chill and they relax and they do whatever they feel like. Whatever they wake up and feel like doing, that's what they go do. Not with my dad. My dad, it was like, today we're doing this, and then we're going to be there at this time, and then we're going to be out of there at this time, and then we're going to go do this. Right down my line. And I think that causes all kinds of crazy stress. there's the pressure to stay on schedule when you're supposed to be relaxed. How many times have you gone on vacation and it's been something like that, and when you get back, you need a vacation because you weren't really chilling? This story is from Disney's Animal Kingdom. There was a woman who got arrested after slapping her husband, and the husband blamed it on stress from their Disney World vacation. It's crazy. A 31-year-old woman is facing charges. The couple, they've been married for 6 years and have 2 kids, stated there's never been any incidents of domestic violence. The fight reportedly occurred in the parking lot in front of a Orange County Sheriff's deputy. I guess they were at the on Disney properties. Family had spent the day at the theme park, and the husband says they were all stressed out from being at the park. I can totally get that. I mean, when you go to Disney, it's not a relaxing time.
Welcome to the island of Soho.
I'm so glad my son, who's now 26, I remember when he was a kid, I had the opportunity to take him to, and I was a single parent. I had the opportunity to take him to Disney World for free. I just had to get down there, pay to get down there. But I had a friend who worked for ABC, the network. And at the time, ABC owned Disney or vice versa or whoever. But if you worked for ABC, you could get in there for free.
I'm Gordon.
You could get your friends
I have the important job.
And I asked my son, I'm like, well, where would you like to go
My shed, and you'll
on
get to
vacation?
express to your favorite
Thinking that he would want to go to Disney. He didn't. He had no interest. Absolutely none.
I'm James.
I remember going with my parents, and it was very stressful. You're waiting in line all day. And this was before, when I went as a kid, this was before you could get those passes that would let you jump to the front of the line, bypass all the lines. You know, you pay like, what is it, $1,500 or whatever it is, and you can bypass all the lines. I don't think they have that. But it's hot, it's crowded, there's people that are nasty and mean. It's not the panacea that people think it is. So I have friends who go every year. They've been going every year since their kids were little. They just absolutely love it.
Also, I don't know how New Jersey gets the reputation for smelling bad when Disney World is one of the worst smelling places, theme park wise, that I've ever been to.
I don't remember the smell. Is it just sweaty people and rotten food?
Yeah, it's just Disney World has just stood out. Because I've been to Disney World, Disneyland, and then to like Busch Gardens and Six Flags and all that different stuff. So. But Disney World was the standout for sure.
The thing that I remember at going to Disney World was just how vast everything was. It was just so huge. You know, we were staying on property at some fancy hotel, and it would take you 30 minutes to get to the park from where you were at. 30 to 40 minutes, and you were all on property. It was insane. The traffic and everything.
Star Wars at Disneyland was worth every bit of it. That was 100% stress free.
The sheriffs, I saw this, the sheriff's deputies, or the sheriff's office were talking about the kinds of things that people get into, disagreements at Disney, and the number one thing is actually fighting over parking spaces. Fighting over parking spaces. I think that's what they were trying to use the monorail to alleviate, but I guess it doesn't work. Also on the list, berating employees after being told they couldn't immediately get on rides, and fighting over the best spots for the birds and the fire cars. I can see that. I've seen TikToks of people down at Disney trying to get the best spot along the parade. The Magic Kingdom. Okay.
info.com. Get details at gooddash.com.
Now on, I am
Blistering summers, freezing winters.
But do you know what won't happen in the next 12 years? No repair bills on your AC or furnace.
Do you have a crystal ball, Mr. Drake?
No crystal ball, but I guarantee that tops them all. When you get a Signature Series system from Drake Heating and Air, you won't pay for a single repair for 12 full years.
12 years?
No hybrid. That's the great way of doing things.
That darn Drake is at it again.
We believe each Drake install should give you years of comfort without any troubles.
But if it does,
If it does, we'll fix it. No repair bills.
12 years without a worry, and Mr. Drake's signature system is the most energy efficient made today.
Schedule now at DrakeHeatingandAir.com.
Hi, this is WHIO's Chris Collins. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO is part of the iHeart Radio Network. You can hear WHIO anywhere, anyplace, anytime on your smartphone or any other device. And it's free. Just download the iHeart Radio app and look for WHIO. Then you'll be able to hear us around the world. The station that the Miami Valley relies on for the latest news, as well as our lab of 50 different offers. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app.
Chance of a storm early, then mostly cloudy overnight. Temperatures dropping to about 69 degrees. Could see an isolated storm in the late morning. Towards the southern meteorologist Robert Gotro from the Amesbury Weather Station, 1290 95.7 WHIO.
Hey, it's Doug from the Evening Edge here on WHIO, and you are listening to the best of the Evening Edge. For more details on the show, visit eveningedgetalk.com. Todd, come on in. Evening Edge. Back here on the Evening Edge every Sunday night at this time. We got a dumb criminal story. This is the Texas man. Apparently the guy tried to rob a clothing store next door. Didn't have any lunch. Had a clothing store. So he goes next door to the gun shop. Comes in, shows off the blade, starts ruffling through the cash register. Moments later is confronted by Heaton. Henry goes right to the employee, shoots the guy in the flat. And suspect flees, leaving a trail of blood before shot. They brought a gun, literally, to a gun shop to rob. 937 447 1290. John in Bedford, PA. What's up, John?
Very, very loud. Sir Tom, you have to choose me a collector or to choose. I'm the brightest and the shiniest. Nonsense, I'm the most important. Thomas would be important too. He might choose me, he said, hopefully.
Okay.
Well, one thing's for sure, said Gordon. You won't choose Dirty Percy. Don't call me Dirty Percy, chuffed crossly. Weashed away.
Really?
Yep. They will go down to the Everglades and respond to helicopters. And the state, basically, they don't care how you kill them, just kill them.
Do they pay you for it, or do they pay him for it? Is that
Yes, sir,
or is
said
it
Thomas
just
rudely.
you get to keep it?
Very important.
You know,
I don't know. Well, the thing
Aside,
is,
Dirty Percy, chuffed Thomas. I'm the important engine today. But I need a wash down, Dirty Percy. My passengers will laugh at me. But I have to be squeaky clean, Huff Thomas. So you'll just have to wait. I can't wait for
low, you
Percy.
just start.
I'm a guaranteed connection. Chuffed away.
You go just spray in the area.
well, actually, usually it's just one shot to the head.
Thomas was shining
My buddy says it's amazing how a great shot you can make from the air because helicopters, generally speaking, if you got a really good pilot, he says you have no trouble. The helicopter has almost no movement to it.
Yeah, just keep you steady up there while you take aim. Thanks, Sean. We gotta go, but I appreciate you calling. Well, there you go. There's the show. You can find the podcast of the show at eveningedgepod.com or wherever you find your favorite podcast. You can follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Evening Edge Pod, and email me at eveningetgepod@gmail.com. Have a terrific Sunday night, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm off next week for Independence Day weekend. Have a great 4th of July, and thanks for listening.
WHIO was groundbreaking as one of the first stations in the nation to add Rush Limbaugh in 1989. At the time, people thought we were crazy. Over the top, wildly entertaining, and likely not. Now, WHIO is the most important and proud to introduce Mark Kay at the Mercy Experience Rush. You'll hear Rush talk boldly about the most important news of the day and to make you laugh along the way. Entertaining, funny, and committed to the conservative spirit. That's Mark Kay, noon to 3 on WHIO.
To some, the baby babbling doesn't mean much. It's not true. They're testing out vowels and consonants and trying different sounds. After 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Resultant babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
My Alzheimer's diagnosis was hopeless. The early detection allowed us to take control of the situation.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/Tom. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Tom and Levi.
Tom is the smartest man on earth. He's been a professor at two universities, been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, he told me that he was having problems in his classes. I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. And he was telling them that he was doing it as a favor to them, but I think in reality, he just wanted to get out of there. I was really starting to worry because I saw something was wrong. I talked about how to change our lives, but he was there beside me. And my love for him was so immeasurable.
When something feels different, it's the Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/our stories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Mark Bellroy, don't get stuck in traffic. Listen when you first get in the car. Triple T traffic is on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on it. This is a consumer warrior from Howard.
Quite disturbed that a third of U.S. college students are considering bagging college because the costs have been so very high. And there's certainly alternatives to quitting college. A lot of people are not into college today, but there's still a lot of great career opportunities, generally higher income, when you do complete college. So in virtually every state, there are more affordable state colleges than sleepaway state colleges. The people who most often are dropping out are people who have all the expenses of housing, food, all the costs of going to a major state university. But a lot of the smaller state universities that you can commute to are offering much lower tuition, fees, and costs. Go back to living at home and finish that college degree.
Clark is WHIO's consumer warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's morning news on WHIO.
He's starting with the whoops. Now speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and play. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows what he's buzzed.
Ray is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
If you have night vision, this will be the time to Get ready because when it gets night, I'm gonna need you to turn on the night vision.
Depend on it. This is the station that returns to Earth. Breaking news, WHIO, Dayton Springfield. Your news starts now.
For the WHIO News Update, I'm Ron Otto. Our top story: despite high gas prices and scores of flight delays and cancellations, millions of Americans are traveling. First travel advisor Peter King says that maybe even more than estimated.
Estimates 42 million Americans taking a route more than 50 miles with the figure I had told you, 50 people in those cars. In particular, cars. So it's not just 2 people in the car. 6 people are cramming in, but they're not really down in the traffic.
1,000 flights are delayed this week, and gas prices are averaging $4.78 across Ohio, according to AAA. A Springboro man is dead in a motorcycle crash early Friday morning, police say an officer pursued 21-year-old Seth Vision after seeing an improper turn near State Route 73 and 741. A crash report shows Vision was thrown from his motorcycle while further driving into a tree. Vision later died in the area. A serious crash occurred Thursday, claimed the life of the West Carrollton man. WHIO's Jason Myers has team coverage.
Montgomery County Coroner's Office says 53-year-old Gary Roberson was passed at the scene. Crash report says Roberson was sitting and hit an oncoming Chevy.
Chevy SUV arrived at hospital Santa Philpott is in critical condition. David Philpott is in stable condition. City of Dayton cuts the ribbon on its newest dog park. The Deeds Point Dog Park is now a triangle park after the city sold the Deeds Point land to the Connor Group in 2021.
Saturday, can't rule out a stray storm in the late morning or even in the afternoon. By the evening, things should settle down. It'll be a little less hot. High temperatures in the upper 80s, a little bit lower humidity. As we head to Sunday, mostly sunny, mainly dry. Looking at high temperatures in the upper 80s again. Where's that holiday? Heading towards July, mostly sunny, stray storm possible. And then partly sunny Tuesday and Wednesday, chance of storms. Storm Center 7 meteorologist Robert Nerstroke from Dayton Spirit Weather Station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
WHIO Dayton, WHIO FM, Pleasant Hill. Major news station from the CJS Heating and Air.com studios. You call, we come.
Fire disease was off the computer houses. Back to Business IT has you covered. IT support 24 hours a day.